This is the last call of fantasy football. Welcome to our show. It is Wednesday.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the
I'm
show.
into it, man.
Welcome to the show.
If you want to do it every week, go. And it reminds me of like the Blues Clues. Like
Yeah,
we
that's
just
what
gotta
that's the
live.
vibe I get.
Yeah. All right, whatever. We're workshopping it. Anyways,
Maybe he'll come back.
Wednesday, September 25th. It's our first show of week 4. Fresh off a 3-0 start.
Yeah, I got my first dub. I held on.
Crawling back. Held on with a crisp
Hey,
79 points.
Outside of Anthony Richardson actually did very well. Like if I had a decent quarterback, if I'd started Jaden Daniels, for instance, I would have been like second or third in the league.
You would have been like at 105 points, something like that. Yeah, you finished with 79 points last week. So
yeah. So I would have been like 110.
not me,
That would've been a lot.
134. I've been top of the league. Oh no, I wasn't last week. No, thank God, because who was it? What stack was crazy to end last week? It was the late games, the Sunday night, Monday night game. Who was it?
It was Bills.
No,
Jags?
no, to end last week. Like not this most recent week, week 2, to end week 2. It was
Jets.
nuts. No, because Joe was going crazy. I won't remember it.
I think it was Jets New England, but
No, that was Thursday night for this past week. Too many football games. It's such a good problem to have. All right. We have some bets. We have some bets to pay up for. So we've got a glass. Since we're not shotgun, we're chugging. Justin owes me for the DFS dub. My comeback win. To win by 5 or like 7 points with Joe Burrow.
I know. I thought I had that locked in.
I was down by 25 and had Joe Mixon and Brian Robinson left and came and got the dub. So this is 2 weeks in a row, 0-2 for Justin on the DFS challenge. So this was his drink, and I foolishly bet that DeAndre Swift would rush for over 65 yards this week. So I deserve every ounce of this, and I will do it gladly.
He probably got like 15 yards.
Cheers. Oh, crikey. I'm so full. That was so in sync, bro.
Dude, that was like that was a musical right there, dude.
All right, now that all our viewers are gone, yeah, that's.
Nah, Timmy's still there. He likes that shit.
Oh, you like that? You like that shit, you dirty bitch?
You like that?
You like that? Speaking of,
have you seen that new commercial?
Which one?
Big Kirko be dripping.
No.
What? You haven't seen that?
No, Big Kirko like be dripping.
Maybe it's not a. Yeah, I think it's a commercial. He's like sitting with no shirt on, with chains on, and he's like, "Big Kirko be dripping." You like that?
Oh yes, it was the NFL kickoff video. Yes, I did see that.
Yeah,
actually, that's hilarious. So funny. That is so funny. Ever since I watched the quarterback show on Netflix, I really like Kirk Cousins. He's like the most bland, boring white dad.
I like him even more now.
But he's just a likable guy and someone like you want to root for. So, anyways, getting into the show. It's Wednesday, November 25th. Jesus, September 25th, and we got a hurricane coming our way.
Yeah, so the show might look a little different this week.
We're not sure if we're going to be able to get our Thursday show out because I live in Tampa. Justin's in Tallahassee, and Justin is in the prime ass hemorrhaging.
Evacuating.
Yeah, he's right in the path of a projected Cat 4 hurricanes coming his way tomorrow sometime. It's going to pass by me early Thursday morning. So if we don't have power, we don't have internet, can't get the show out. So we're gonna make this one probably a little bit longer to get the week mood going for week 4. Kick the week off right. So yeah, but without further ado, we have a Thursday night football game again. It's great. Another Thursday.
Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
They never skip one, right? Is it all year until the playoffs?
Yeah, I think so. I
Really?
think they even sprinkle in a Friday night at some point.
Oh, yeah. And the Saturdays, a nice little crispy
Yeah,
Saturday game.
Christmas, Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving we'll
Ooh.
have 3 games on Thursday.
Speaking of which, quick sidebar. Do you know this? The Christmas games are being played exclusively on Netflix this year. Netflix. I mean, half the
I did
population
not know
has
that.
yes, half the population has
That's so
Netflix.
stupid.
Seriously, there's some chart out there that showed the total cost that it would cost a NFL fan to watch every game this year. It was like $900. It was over a grand with the
Yeah,
with the
it's
full price
ridiculous.
Sunday ticket and all that. But yeah, insane. With I had to buy Peacock, which I'm like, why didn't I cancel it? Are more games going to be on Peacock going forward? I have YouTube TV, so I have
I think
NBC.
Monday night is still on there,
No, no, no. Monday night's always been on ESPN.
or Sunday night. Then I think
No,
Sunday night's still on there because it's NBC.
yeah, but I have like YouTube TV. I have the actual like channel
Oh, then
NBC.
yeah, you don't need it then.
I needed it for. Oh, that's what it was. It was the kickoff game to start the year. It's the Ravens Chiefs. That was exclusive. It wasn't on Prime yet. It was exclusively on Peacock. The kickoff.
Oh yeah,
So,
I ended up finding a loophole.
well, yes, you
Um,
have your box to watch all the games.
They have like a streaming box thing, and you can choose where you watch it. And if you were local to Kansas City, so I found a Kansas City NBC channel and watched it.
Oh, that's how it works.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Anyways, that was my rant sidebar with all these damn streaming services and watching the games tonight or tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Damn, today's Wednesday. For tomorrow's game, Prime Video. We have the 1-2 Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Jets at 1-2, coming fresh off a win against Caleb's Brownies. And for fantasy, it might be more interesting than it would be in real life. Maybe the Giants show up at home. I'm still taking the Cowboys to win. But
Yeah.
yeah, we get to see CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors. If you are riding dirty with Devin Singletary, the Cowboys cannot stop the run. Alvin Kamara exposed them. Derrick Henry
No, this
exposed them.
is they've been the worst against the run this season.
Yeah, as in they give up the most points.
Yeah, and it's like a historical
Yeah.
average. It's insane.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So if you're riding dirty with Singletary, you could probably expect a good game. Um,
Yeah,
for once.
I think it's a great flex start.
Um, who else is important here? Dak. See if he can get back on track. Dak back on track, taking less sacks. Make me want to yak while I snort some crack.
Orange
Health
door
insurance.
hinge.
Call Aflac. All right. Yeah, it's a Thursday night game. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I actually don't think it'll be that bad. I think it'll be a decent game. It just depends. Like, hopefully the Giants can just do some stuff.
I know. I
Hopefully they can move
mean,
the ball and it'll be fun.
it's at home for the Giants. They did show some signs of life, aka Malik Neighbors is really good at
Neighbors.
football. So throw it up to your boy, and maybe you can win a football game. The what you call it? The Browns
Yes, that's
offense
a
is inept.
recap we didn't even go over. Is that Neighbors did end up outperforming Harrison?
Well, those were just in our like tough calls, like who would, you know.
Yeah.
But yes, he did. Both had a good week. I think Harrison was like 6 for 62 and a touchdown. Neighbors just had
Yeah.
more catches, more yards.
Harrison didn't follow it up with like the same production, but he got in the end zone, so that worked.
Yeah, that's my boy. I'm taking it. So, yeah, a few. I was gonna say a few of my notes just for the Thursday night preview. Excited to hopefully watch it. Fingers crossed. I have power.
I think you could start Dowdle this week.
Yeah.
He's had over like 70 yards from scrimmage each game, so
Well, no, he was trash last week. Both running backs.
he had like 70 yards
He had 36 yards, I believe.
rushing.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle.
But then I'm saying from scrimmage,
Oh,
he had like 70 yards total.
Well, Rico had 8 carries to Zeke's 2. or
Yeah.
3. Sorry, that was my biggest takeaway. If you need to play um,
Yeah,
Rico
I
Dowdle
might
or
play him.
Zeke, like if you drafted Zeke and picked up Rico Dowdle, like do that. The Giants have a better defense than you would think because you think of the Giants and you think gross, disgusting.
He had
But
56 yards. My bad.
yeah, so he had 24, 3 for 24 through the air, and Rico had 8 for 32 on the ground. So he's involved. He's gonna. I think he's overtaken Zeke as the guy. I think Zeke will have a role on this
Yeah.
team, but I don't know. He's not someone I'm excited to play. Ferguson did lead the Cowboys in targets though, and more targets
Hmm.
than CeeDee Lamb. He had 11 targets at tight end, which hard to come by. And a lot of it came in garbage time at the end. You know how the Cowboys were scrambling to try and beat the Ravens, and they got the onside kick, which I must have missed as I was bouncing back and forth between games. They got the onside kick, especially with the new rules now.
Yeah, it was the first one of the year.
Well, now you can't attempt a onside kick until the fourth quarter, and you have to announce to the other team that you're kicking an onside kick. Which,
Yeah.
why was this rule necessary? Don't ask me. Absolutely stupid. But anyways,
Yeah.
that's all I got for the game. This game is full of people that you're gonna start and guys you're not. Like someone who's gonna be in your lineup, like CD, Dak. You probably don't have a better option, and Malik Neighbors, Singletary maybe. Other than that, I'm good on this game. How about you?
Yeah.
All
I
right,
think you know what to do in this game. So,
score prediction. I want to do this. I'm gonna jot
all
this
right.
down. You go first.
How did I do last week?
Oh, I did have that. We did. It was the Jets Patriots game. You were closer. I was giving it to you because I said 20-13. The final score was 24-3, and you said 24-10.
Mm,
So,
Okay, so I got the winning score right, but not the.
the winning score, but the Patriots didn't even score a touchdown.
Yeah.
So
Damn, I
I
was
gave
really
you the money
close.
line. Yeah,
They just scored a touchdown and had it exactly.
yeah, yeah, for sure,
Wow.
for sure. But they were not even close, like not at all. Actually, at the very end
Nope.
of the game, they were inside the 20, and then with Drake May, and then I thought for sure they would try and get some points. They just, as soon as the play clock got under the 35 seconds, they just walked him back inside the 15, I think, and they just didn't even care. I'm like, all right, works for me. But anyways, what is your prediction for the Cowboys at Giants tomorrow?
Um, I think it'll be 34
Damn.
to 24.
34-24. Giants, right?
Cowboys.
All right. I do not think that the Cowboys will score that many points, so I'm going to say it's going to be um 27-13 Cowboys. I think the Cowboys figure it out a little bit on defense. In 27.
Yeah, I know. I've thought that every week, and I don't know what's happening to them.
All right, so we'll see. We'll see here. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to watch it, and
Yeah,
I
I'll see
have
if I
no
can.
Giants and Cowboys players, so this might be a parlay type of watch. Might throw $5 on a parlay to make it more interesting for me to watch.
Oh, dude, yeah, we might not have a parlay this week for you guys.
Yeah, that was a one-off when we were testing it out, seeing if we like doing that. I don't know. Did you like it? We didn't hit. Also, recap. Neither of I did too. Ours did not hit, and it was purely because of the absolute isolation of the Patriots. Like we had
Yeah, it was
Ramondre. Like there's
Ramondre.
yeah, there was nothing. There was no chance in hell. Um, and I did a separate one with Antonio Gibson getting over. He did get over the rush yards in garbage time, but Conklin was supposed to get less than 3 catches, and I think he got 9. It was ridiculous. So, all right, it's time for some tough calls. Ready for some tough calls? I'm gonna let you go first this time.
All right, I'll start off. I think this is actually a tough call that I'm going through this week. I have Terry McLaurin versus the Arizona Cardinals and Mostert versus the
I
Titans.
was waiting for this. I was thinking about it, and I was waiting for this. Since this is an actual situation for our Justin over here,
I think
if you don't
that
start Terry McLaurin and you put in Mostert and you get 3 points, I'm not gonna feel sorry for you.
I think that Mostert's floor is
Is
higher.
I think their floor both is 3 points.
It's just Terry McLaurin had a good fantasy performance, but he had two long balls. Does
You
that
know
happen
exactly
again?
how long his balls are. He
Yeah,
showed you
they're
both of
pretty
them, and they're
long.
both long.
Yeah.
That's that's a testament in itself. Listen. I'm gonna break
His
this down
Chang
for
Hain
you.
is low.
I'm gonna break this down for you, and this is gonna be a theme because I was waiting for this. I was ready. Listen,
I cannot believe right now that you're siding with Terry McLaurin.
this is nothing. I mean, it has a little bit to do with Terry McLaurin, and mostly to do with Jaden Daniels, and mostly to do with how ass the Dolphins are. The Dolphins,
This is
even
true.
with Tyler Huntley starting, dude has had 6 days with the team to learn. And where did Mostert get all of his fantasy production last year? Dude, 24 touchdowns, 22 touchdowns. The Dolphins do not have that same high-powered offense where he's going to have
That's
the
actually a
opportunity to
great point.
score. No, they're not going to. They're going to have a negative game script. I think the Commanders walk away um, with the game.
Commanders look good.
They have not punted in 2 games. They've not punted the
Yeah.
football in two
Jaden
whole games.
Daniels, I don't even know if Jaden Daniels has thrown an interception.
No, he's not. He's not thrown a pick yet. He's been playing great, and
Yeah.
the Cardinals
He hasn't
defense.
been great for fantasy until last game, but well, actually, that's not even true.
That's
Week one,
for
he was
week 1. He's
actually really
good.
good.
Yeah. So I'm saying he's got the only elite option is Terry McLaurin,
I
who
would,
he's proven he trusts him. He can get the ball down deep to
yeah.
him. Um,
It does seem like if he has Terry McLaurin one on one with the receiver, he's throwing it up.
yeah, he trusts him. That's
Like
his
he trusts it.
guy. He's
And
good
I
enough
trust
to
Terry
make.
McLaurin to make that catch.
Yeah, he's a good player. He's always been a good player. This is DJ Moore 2.0.
Yeah.
So
No, I think I mean, I've always been a McLaurin lover. Um McLaurin. Wait now.
what were you trying to? Were you trying to make a McLovin joke?
Yeah. But then I realized that's literally his name.
Yeah,
I'm McLovin McLaurin.
McLovin. See,
All right,
you
I'll
can,
stamp
that's
it.
fine.
We're going with McLaurin on that, I think.
Yeah,
I
I
like it.
I knew because I saw Justin's lineup and he had Mostert in there, and I'm like, dude, I
No,
have
it was
no faith.
closer than that. Honestly, even Rico Dowdle was in the thought process, but
I would start him over Mostert too. Mostert needs
yeah.
the Cowboys. The Dolphins need to show me some before.
Yeah, the issue is I don't necessarily McLaurin is probably the only person that's like, okay, that's a solid start
Yeah.
on my
Well, I would
bench.
start
And then
McLaurin over Dowdle too for what it's
also I was
worth.
thinking Roman Dunze, but again, he's like a guy that I need to sit and wait.
I don't. I mean, I don't know, man. There's not many people. Mostert is a non-start for me in just about every situation. Just
Yeah.
the way that the team is right now, and knowing that that's where his production needs to come from. Nope, I'm out. I'm a big fan of Terry McLaurin this week, especially against the Cardinals defense. So that's
Yep.
that's my
Cliff
2 cents.
Kingsbury's gonna eat
They
against
didn't
his
punt
former
in
team.
2 straight games. It's never been done before.
Oh, really?
Or no,
I
sorry,
didn't know that.
since the Super Bowl era. So since 1940.
Oh my gosh, dude, did they even punt back then?
I think they punted on third down.
They didn't have helmets.
Seriously, but yeah, it's just a wild stat, and I'm a fan this week. So, my tough call. Leaning into that, Tyreek Hill versus Tennessee, or Malik Neighbors versus the Cowboys. So this is your classic yin and yang situation where you have the elite proven player against a much worse
Yeah.
passing defense, or you have a better passing
I
defense.
think that's super easy for me. Like that's not even like a tough call, in my opinion.
It's Malik Neighbors, right?
Yeah.
All right. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, like
that's
Tyler Huntley is serviceable, but like you said, he's not even going to really have a full week to practice.
yeah.
Um,
So who are we? So Malik Neighbors. I lean that side too, but I wanted to just talk through it mainly because I wanted to go over the options that you would bench Tyreek Hill for.
okay. Dude, honestly, like I saw him. I think I might even be going up against him.
Even
Maybe
if he's just an auto start for you because you know he can take a 3 yard slant,
he's not.
80 yards to a touchdown,
He's had 5 points each game since.
which is true. Yeah, well, since Tua got knocked
Yeah,
out, but
and
yeah,
two even played half that game. So I mean,
right, which is
yeah.
true. But I'm saying we know what he's capable of as long as you get the ball in his hands. All it takes is one catch. He's that player. So would you start Tyreek Hill over Amari Cooper?
That is tough because Amari Cooper just had his bounce back
Mm-hmm.
game. No, I'd start Tyreek Hill at that point.
You start Tyreek Hill over Zay or Amari Cooper. Okay, Zay Flowers.
Yeah. Zay Flowers. What did he do last week?
Zay
Did he have an
Flowers
okay game?
was um
Actually, no, he shit the
he was
bed.
3 for
I
20.
played against him.
Yeah, against Dallas.
At that point, I would probably start Tyreek Hill still
Zay
because,
Flowers too.
yeah, yeah, I would. Zay Flowers hasn't actually been like great. His stat line and for fantasy, he's been like buffed up a bit. I think he had a touchdown each of the first 2 games. So
All right. Let's see. Tyreek Hill over. No, Devontae Smith is going to be out.
I mean, there's like a tier break for sure.
I'm just
Like,
saying. So Tyreek Hill just gets. I guess I put up a tough or a pretty easy matchup because I mean Malik Neighbors has been elite so far, and it's tough to go against
I
that.
mean,
But
okay, let's use my wide receivers for instance. I would not start him over Garrett Wilson.
no,
What about you? Would you start Garrett Wilson or Tyreek Hill?
I would start Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
So I think
I
our
just think that the ceiling, like obviously Garrett Wilson's ceiling is not. We have not seen it really.
right.
Um,
But that's
but that team is looking better and better.
I'll get into that and I'll do my next one next then. But yeah, I guess we're on the Malik Neighbor side going forward.
Yes.
So I'll do my next one first because it is T Higgins versus Carolina or Garrett Wilson versus Denver.
So, I think I have a feeling Pat Surtain is going to follow Mike Williams.
That is ridiculous. There's no way.
I think he will.
Mike Williams has barely been on the field. Garrett Wilson
Pat
is
Surtain follows the big-bodied outside receiver, and Garrett Wilson's going to move around the field, playing the slot. Like he's not just going to be out wide every play.
I mean, I have Pat Surtain's numbers here because he has erased the number one option. He held DK
But he
Metcalf
doesn't.
for 3 for 29, George Pickens 2 for 29, Mike Evans
Yeah.
2 for 17 last week. And if
I'm not
Denver's
obviously.
smart,
I think he's an elite cornerback. I just don't. I don't even think he shadows players like that though.
he does. He did last year too. Like that.
He
That's
follows them if
Mhm.
they go in motion.
not like 100% of plays, but
So like yeah, but
vast
like if they
majority
go
of
in
plays.
motion, he's not following him.
Well,
He's going to stick to his side of the field.
I'm just saying. I don't know exactly what coverage Denver runs, but the number one options in that play Denver just get erased, and Pat Surtain is in coverage on a vast majority of those plays. So that's what I'm saying. T. Higgins had a shitter game. He was close to a huge game. He had a ton of end zone targets, just couldn't connect with Joe Burrow against Carolina, who is Swiss cheese. So is like the promise of that, of the Swiss cheese defense in Carolina, getting it put together with Joe Burrow, or Garrett Wilson, who's been more
You
involved.
say it's cheese, but then they only allowed 7 points last week, so
They
I don't
still
know
have
that
not been
team.
great on, as the team goes forward. I'm just saying, I think it's a tough call because you know that
It's a very tough call, yeah.
Garrett Wilson has there's a potential that if Pat Surtain and him match up, Garrett Wilson doesn't have a ceiling.
Yeah.
Even if he has his best game that Pat Surtain's given up, say he gets 60 yards, are you happy with 60 yards? Are you happy if
And
he
a
gives you six
touchdown, yeah.
points? Well, that's what I'm saying. He hasn't allowed even the total reception numbers 3, 2, and 2 for those guys. So if he gives you 4 for 60 or 3 for 70,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
The
ceiling
issue,
against Pastertan.
yeah.
But
I'll
T.
take Garrett
Higgins,
Wilson there. It's just because I think T. Higgins, like, he has had games in the past where he takes over. Although I feel like a lot of those games Jamar Chase wasn't playing.
which is
I
true,
just feel like in the game we just watched with Joe Burrow, all of T. Higgins' targets were like 10 yards from the line.
and in the end zone, and I like those. You know me, I like the touchdown target,
Yeah.
the red zone target guys. So
Yeah.
personally, I would
That's
take
true.
T. Higgins over Garrett Wilson in this, just because I'm gonna. I would feel really dumb if was in this situation and you see the matchup and the Bengals are gonna be tossing that thing
So what you're
around.
saying is I should bench Garrett Wilson for Terry McLaurin.
No, because I think Garrett Wilson has a guaranteed volume, is like going to be guaranteed to be more involved, and there's always the chance that he can score whatever. Um, I think that the upside for those two players this week, Terry McLaurin has a higher upside than Garrett Wilson does, but the floor is way
Well, yeah,
lower for
I
Terry
would agree with
McLaurin.
that.
So no, I would stick with Garrett Wilson in that case. But
All right. I'll get to mine. My second one. Deontay Johnson at Cincinnati versus Tank Dell at Jacksonville.
gross. It's gross.
It is gross, but I
Um,
think it's a good. This is a decision someone's probably making. Actually, it is. I took it from somebody's team in our league.
that's so gross because
But
oh yeah,
Deontay Johnson
Joe.
had a great game.
Yeah, he did, and Adam Thielen's on IR with a hamstring injury, so one less target.
And Tank Dell has just sucked.
He had
He's not had a
62
good game
yards
yet.
last week. When that was his best game. It
Yeah.
wasn't a ceiling game for sure. I'm still taking.
The issue is that's the type of player he is.
Okay. This is a great one, but this is my reasoning. I'm going Tank Dell because I'm willing to be wrong with Tank Dell in my lineup than I am to toss Deontay Johnson out there and watch the Panthers Panther and be like, what the hell was I thinking? Trying to get cute, trying to be like, oh, Andy Dalton's the savior. The Panthers are going to be, competent now. So that's just my hill. I'm willing to be wrong with Tank Dell, and I would
Yeah, that's understandable.
hang from the
I'm going with
rafters.
Deontay Johnson.
And I don't fault you for that. That very
Jaden
well,
Daniels just diced up the Cincinnati defense
yeah,
in the passing game. And Deontay Johnson is a really good receiver. So with like Andy Dalton is still a fine starter in this league. He could start for a team, I think.
yeah.
And I think he'll get it done. You know what I mean? I think the floor with Deontay Johnson is much higher than Tank Dell. But I think obviously Tank Dell is just the better player. Like
That's what
he
I'm
can go off
saying.
and have a 3-point game. But yeah, I just think if I had this decision in the league, I would start Deontay Johnson. So
Which is crazy because I think right now Joe's starting neither. I think they're both on his bench. I think he benched Tank Dell
did he really?
For T Higgins. I think that was the move that he did this week. So
Hmm.
let me know, Joe. Let me know. Um,
Are you starting Higgins over Deontay Johnson?
yes.
Okay.
Like it's the same concept. I think they're better
Yeah,
player. I'm just willing to be wrong with T Higgins against.
yeah. I think I
Um,
would still go Deontay Johnson there, but yeah,
it's in the same matchup. All right, we can see. I'm not willing to bet on that, but it's going to be interesting to see it that in that same matchup who comes out on top.
yeah.
All right, my last tough call: Tony Pollard versus Miami, or David Montgomery versus Seattle. Your immediate reaction is going to say, "Oh, it's David Montgomery," because
That's your last one.
yeah, yeah, I
What did we
switched. I
do
went
here?
two in a row. I went 2 in a row.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
wait, what
Yeah,
happened
because we were
here?
talking about Tyreek Hill, and then you
I
mentioned
thought we
Garrett
did.
Wilson, so then I
Okay.
bopped down to mine. But yeah,
Okay, so David Montgomery versus
versus
Tony
Seattle,
Pollard.
or Tony Pollard versus Miami, and I want to go with David Montgomery just like an auto start, but you have two quality running backs here. Seattle has been tough on defense. Running backs, I think they're the number 8 team against running backs. They're not giving it up. He always is a threat to have that timeshare with
Yeah.
Gibbs. And Tony Pollard, I think, has taken over that that role. Like he's
Yeah.
solidified. He had a shitter game last week, but the Titans were down 10-0 in the first quarter and had to abandon the run entirely. He still led uh, with the carries and total RB touches. So I think he had a terrible game script for last game. But Monty against Seattle, Monty's been great. He's super involved.
He has been really good. I'm
Oh, and
looking at it right
by the way,
now.
Miami is
Dude, Montgomery's even getting the receiving. Like, he's getting a lot more receiving work than you would expect him to get.
and Dolphins are
The second game,
28th
he
against
had
running backs.
4 receptions for 35 yards.
That is more than you would think.
I'm
Dolphins are
going, I'm going Montgomery.
Dolphins are 28th against running backs this year, and I'm predicting that the Titans do beat the Dolphins. So
Yeah, me too. Which
I
means if
think,
they get up early, they could run.
hmm I think the Titans defense is really good, and I think that they're going to lean on Tony Pollard and Spears a little bit more. And I think Pollard has taken that next step, so that's why it's really tough because I think David Montgomery is on the better team. He is more involved.
And, like, if
There's
the
less
team is going to
parity.
score a touchdown, it's probably him.
Pollard?
No, Montgomery.
Oh, Montgomery. And I mean, they got weapons on weapons on weapons that can score a touchdown.
Well, he's had a touchdown each game so far.
They score lots of touchdowns, and he's one of those weapons. I know it. That's what I would call a tough call.
Tough call.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll lean Montgomery there. Just it's honestly the same reason that you did Tank Dell.
Yeah, willing to be
I
wrong with
don't know.
Monty. I know.
Yeah.
I know. Um, but we'll get into it in a little bit.
All right. My third one is nasty.
Oh boy, gross.
It's not. It's nasty because we shouldn't be having this conversation.
Oh, but we are. We're getting into this combo.
Juwan Jennings
Nah.
at New England
Mm.
versus Brandon Ayuk.
Oh my
At New England.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Same concept as before. I'm willing to be wrong with Brandon Ayuk. I think
Dude. But he hasn't done anything.
I know. But he can't keep getting away with this being bad every week. That's my take. I think he's too good for that. I think he has the
It's
opportunity
just
again.
it's very alarming. With Debo Samuel out, Juwan Jennings takes over the game, and Brandon Ayuk still has another dud. Like it's just
I know, but he
that's
still had
very
10
very
targets.
concerning.
And I think, I don't know, it has to be put together at some point. And I just, if the $30 million man goes out and has 115 yards and a touchdown and Juwan Jennings is 6 for 58, I'm going to be like, see, that's how it's supposed to be.
There's a
And,
chance Debo plays as well, which obviously then it's like
well, then for sure I'm
then
taking
Jennings.
Ayuk. But
Yeah, exactly.
assuming Debo is out, which I'm betting he's still going to be out. Yeah, that's just gross. So I'm just willing to be wrong with Ayuk.
I'll take Ayuk as well.
It's just the if
He's
you
just
would
been so
switch the
bad.
number, like, tell me right now, do you think is Ayuk in this situation. So say last week, Juwan Jennings 175 and 3. Is Ayuk capable of that stat line?
Hmm.
In that same situation, just the two of them out there. If the
Yeah,
if the stat lines were reversed, would that shock you? What do you think is more likely to happen
that would
again?
shock me the other way.
That so Ayuk, it would shock you to see the stat line the other way. I think it will
But I've been
revert to the
shocked
mean.
for 3 weeks in a row.
He can't keep getting away with this. It's not going to happen. So
I thought Brandon Ayuk would go back to being the one for this team in general, and Debo Samuel's been amazing.
yeah, Ayuk was
Debo
my back
Samuel's
on
been
track.
getting the targets that Ayuk used to get. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if like when
Well,
he
we're
was holding
only
out for a
three.
contract, he wasn't working out,
Yeah,
so he's not conditioned, so he's getting in shape still.
we're only
I don't
3 weeks in, so it's not like. I mean, it's a 17 game season, so it's not like.
Yes, but Ayuk, when Ayuk decided to come back to the 49ers, he's a player, he's in that upper echelon of players. Like he would have been drafted in the probably second or third round. I mean, we're talking about a wide receiver that's
I mean, yeah, he
if you get
was.
5 points, 5 points, 5 points, like you are in any
I
other
know,
year, you'd
I know,
be panic button.
I know. But I'm still taking Ayuk. I'm willing to be wrong. I think it's more likely
Yeah.
that those stat lines are reversed, and I think he can't keep getting away with this. So, but Juwan Jennings is a good play. I'm not discounting that. Um, if you picked
If
him up
it works
and you
out.
need a flex, you've seen apparently he has an upside like the wide receiver one on the week. So, all
Yeah.
right, it's time to bet the house, baby.
Bet the house,
What are
baby.
we betting today? The house.
Hey, hey.
Betting the house. All right. I want to go first. This one's near and dear to my heart, and I'm excited about it. Marvin Harrison Jr. has over 10 receptions and multiple touchdowns this week against the Washington Commanders.
Okay.
The
I'll tell
biggest,
you this. The receptions is the hardest part for me.
exactly, and
I don't think
that's
he's had more than 4 receptions all year.
he had 6, I believe, last week. I believe he had 6 last week, but still, no. But that's the guarantee is that main part. I just threw in the touchdowns because I know how cheeks that the Commanders defense is, and he is going to be the main target, which he already is. But McBride might miss the game. He got knocked out of last week's game with a concussion. So if tell me what's going to happen with a
He will miss the game.
defense, trash defense with the Commanders, with elite talent Marvin Harrison, who's going to have the. It wouldn't shock me if I almost said he was going to have 18 targets this game, but I'm like, you know what? He's going to get the ball 10 receptions. Kyler's on a heater. There's no one else to go with the ball down the field. And he's just always going to be open because he's better than every DB option they have down there. So,
Yeah. I mean, I
and
think
he's
you're
a
right. That was a
huge,
great game. 10
huge.
receptions is a little crazy.
Yeah, I think it's going to happen because I think the target share is going to be there. He's going to be always open. He's better than them, and he's a huge red zone target. So
I think you're
toss
going
in
to
a
be
couple
kicking yourself in the stomach when he has a good game with 9 receptions.
I'll
And
cut
then your
myself
player
some
guarantee
slack. I
doesn't
will. You know what?
hit.
I am willing to be wrong on that. If he gives me 9 catches for 118 yards and 2 touchdowns, I will take it. So that's
Okay,
my.
you have him.
I'm betting the house. Marvin Harrison, 10 and 2 tutties at least.
All right. My first is CD Lamb will shine bright in prime time and will have over 100 yards receiving.
Okay. I think it's about time for the get right game. See, this might
Yeah.
be 4 weeks get right for CD and Ayuk. Let's
I
just
mean,
call it.
CD's been good.
Yeah, he's been fine. He hasn't been the number 1 fantasy option of last year. Good.
Um, oh, dude, I think he's top 5 right now, though.
No. No, no, no.
I think so, dude.
Actually, matter of fact, I can tell you right now. Like, no, I guess this is projections. Never mind. That's projections. But
He's 15.
yeah, CeeDee Lamb,
Okay, yeah. I mean, he hasn't been great, that's for
yeah,
sure. And the receiving yards have been down.
yeah, 67
Uh,
yards last week, 90 and a touchdown the week prior. In week one, he had
yeah,
5 for 61. So like I said, he's been fine. He's been better than Ayuk, but is he living up to his number one or number two receiver draft pick in the draft this year? No. So
yeah.
I think he has a good possibility. He's getting more involved. Um, I like it. It's easy to bet on a guy like CeeDee Lamb to get $100 or $100 to get 100 yards against a game where I think it's like I said. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I don't know if anyone's actually taken the Giants to win this game, but Cowboys haven't looked great, and calling your shot on a get right game for CD. Me gusta.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. All right, bet the house. You're not gonna like this one because I know you like this guy. Bet the house that Buffalo gets beat by the Ravens at home. The Ravens
Okay.
at home. And James Cook has his worst fantasy performance yet.
No, actually, I almost said the same. I almost put that on my bet the house.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the Bills have not been tested yet. They've looked
Yeah.
like unstoppable. I was looking back. The Ravens are number
I think
five.
Bills win.
Nah,
That's the only caveat to that. But I think Bills win. But yeah, I think it's a hard fought. I think it's gonna be a low scoring defensive battle.
I don't know. Possibly. I don't think that they're going to put up 4 touchdowns in the first half like they
No.
did last week. But the Ravens have suffocated opposing running backs. Granted, they haven't played great rushing teams yet either.
Yeah.
I mean, they get to
And
play
James Cook also gets like work out of the backfield, so
right, but still, but this is
that's tough too.
I'm
But
still calling it. The Bills haven't been tested. They got to play half a game without Tua in a broken Dolphins offense. They got to play the Jags. That should speak for itself. And um, and what was it? Week one. The Bills playing week one. Oh, I thought I had it written down.
Chiefs?
No, I can't remember. But still, I just think it's. I'm not saying bench James Cook. You're not going to do that for at this point in the year
No.
or in the season.
Hell
You're
no.
you're never
They
doing
played the
that.
Cardinals.
Oh, that was it. The Cardinals, and that was their toughest test yet. Was against a healthy Cardinals team, and he was
Yeah.
fine. He had
It
71.
was also like a brand new offense
Okay,
week one. So
but
that's
against a
it's
way worse opponent, I think he had 71 yards rushing. That was
yeah.
his fantasy game. Like fine, but I think the Ravens are a much better team at home,
Yeah.
and I think he's due for a come down from heaven. So
Yeah. And I also think James Cook is just not the player you're ever gonna count on for 100 yards. You know what I mean? He's gonna get what's gonna make him good this year is that he gets the goal line work and he's going to have 70 yards rushing typically and 50 or 40 to 50 yards receiving
in
and
his
then a
good games,
touchdown and then that's going to be insane. You
yeah,
know what I mean? So it's the touchdowns that he needed to be good,
right.
which he
It's
is
clearly
getting.
3 piece last week.
Yeah.
Well, 2 weeks ago, but yeah. All
All
right.
right, my second bet the house of the week and I really hope this hits. Jaden Daniels will cement himself as an NFL superstar this week.
Yeah, he's always gonna have. I mean, let's say he's always, but like this week to have that name stamped on him is it's
Yeah.
gonna be um,
I so
the
I just think
trash
that
Cardinals
he,
defense and be like, oh, was it just because they played the Cardinals in the secondary? He did have, but he did
yeah,
have the precursor last week, which was a start. The ball got rolling, so I think it's true.
I think that the only reason he hasn't been, the only reason people haven't been singing his praise the first 2 weeks is because they didn't run the offense in a way that let him shine the way that he did.
Which is true.
They didn't let him throw the ball down the field, but this last game they let him air it out. He was incredibly accurate, um, and very successful with Terry McLaurin. So I think they will
Incredibly accurate is
continue
an
doing that.
understatement.
And also, like, you got to remember Cliff Kingsbury was the coach of the DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray experience as well. So I think that he will try to replicate what he did there because he was number one offense in the league that year. So
I'm in on it.
yeah,
I'm a huge fan of Jaden Daniels. I want to ask you, how much worse would you feel about your team if you didn't draft Jaden Daniels and you are stuck with AR on a week to week basis? Because there's not a single person on the waiver wire that you would even contemplate starting right now over.
that's
Or,
not necessarily. Wait, you're talking about over Jane Daniels?
no, Anthony Richardson. I'm saying if you didn't snag Jaden Daniels, you drafted two quarterbacks, and if you were stuck with Anthony Richardson, you would
I will
have to be
say
grabbing
I actually had a waiver
Daniel
claim in
Jones.
for Caleb Williams because I think that this last game for him as well, he finally looked good. Although his O line still looked like shit, but he looked better. He was making the easy throws, which I think is one of the hardest things for the rookies.
I don't know, bro. That was. I mean, he did
And also,
compile.
looking at his matchup, it's just green, 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 green for Caleb Williams going forward.
Would you rather be
So
wrong with
I'm gonna
Anthony
pick him up.
Richardson or be wrong with Caleb Williams if you had to do that? If
Wrong
Caleb,
with Anthony Richardson.
that's what I'm saying. So if Caleb Williams has a green matchup, you would have
I
started
still
him.
think, I still think Anthony Richardson is going to be fine this year. I think they're gonna get it to go or get it going, but he's got to play Pittsburgh.
That's true.
I
Who the
think he
Bears
might get
play?
more rushing yards this week,
Who
but
the Bears play
he
this
might have
week?
fucking 25 passing yards.
Yeah, on one of four completions, and then
Bears
Rams.
play Cincinnati. Or
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
No, no,
no,
no.
no. They play the Rams.
That's not a bad matchup either. Oof.
Yeah, like I said, it's just green, 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 green.
I'm gonna write this down so we don't forget so we can take a look. So Caleb Williams versus AR stats after the week. I'm curious to see because say if you didn't have Jaden Daniels, you needed to hit the wire.
I'd
That's
be
who
starting
you're.
Caleb Williams this week
All right. So I want to see how
because
that
well,
shakes
on
out.
um, our wire's thin, but there's Jared Goff, Justin Fields, Herbert.
And I think
mm,
that's a bit deeper than what a lot of people's leagues
So
would have.
like looking at that, like yeah, Justin Fields, like I can guarantee I can get probably like 15 points this week,
Mm-hmm.
but his ceiling is not even
No,
30. It's like 25.
not in this offense.
And
Not where they're.
Caleb Williams showed last week that like his ceiling could be up there like 35, 40 points
Yeah.
if that O line can just block for him for like 0.5 seconds longer.
Keenan Allen returned to practice. He might have Keenan back, and I
Yeah.
think that's a big deal.
So personally, looking at this list, I would pick him up because he has a good matchup and I think he has a ceiling. So
Okay. But you don't have to worry about it because you snagged Jaden Daniels to save your season. So,
yep, I mean that was the plan.
right, that was the plan, and it worked out. Hopefully, going forward, barring injury. But anyways, those are our bet the house. As always, we're going to rehash
I got
on.
one more.
Oh, did I?
You don't have one more?
Oh no, I do have one more. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
I'm excited for our last
Yeah,
segment of
I
the
am
day.
too. All right, let's just go quick through this because I want to
All
go through
right.
that too.
Um, I don't think you're gonna agree with me, but I feel very strongly in my animosity against the Dolphins this week. And we got into it with Tony Pollard or David Montgomery in our tough calls. I think Tony Pollard finishes as a top 10 running back this week against the Miami Dolphins. I
You
think.
know, there's a lot of bad running back matchups this week, so I would not be so like because you have Jonathan Taylor versus Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
You have Bijan versus New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you got Kenneth Walker at Detroit. You got
Denver,
Saquon
Brees
at Tampa
Hall.
Bay. You got Ramondre versus San Francisco. Like, there's a lot of bad matchups this week, so I wouldn't be super surprised. I'm with you on that.
And I think the Titans roll the Dolphins. And
If
I
we were
think,
doing a DFS lineup this week, I would have probably gone pretty cheap with my running back options and chosen like people who are decent against good matchups.
yeah, um, I'm just saying the Titans going to roll the Dolphins. They're going to lean on Tony Pollard. Oh, mainly I think they're going to try and take the ball out of Will Levis's hands. I think they know that Will Levis is the
I
reason they're
agree.
0 and 3.
I
Like,
think they're going to try and lean heavy.
mm-hmm.
I think both running backs will actually be pretty good.
I don't think so.
I think
Tennessee
so.
has a fantastic rush defense.
No, I'm talking about the Tennessee running backs.
Oh! I thought you were saying running backs on both sides of the ball. Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
Yeah. I think
but
they're actually both good. I think uh what's his name?
Spears.
Tajay Spears. I think he is damn near as good as Tony Pollard, truthfully. I think Tajay Spears, I think, is actually the better three down back.
I think the exact opposite.
I think Tony Pollard is best at being the explosive third down guy, like he was in Dallas.
I just think he's the guy. He's cemented himself as the guy. So if I'm going to bet on one, and I think he's going to have the goal line if they get there, which they might be able to if they just keep running the damn ball and not let Will Levis fumble it out the back of the end
Yeah.
zone or throw a pick in the end zone. I mean, come on. So I
No, I
think
mean,
they're
I
going to
think
take it out
Tony
of his
Pollard
hands.
will. Tony Pollard's going to be the dude. He has to be politics wise.
Yeah. So
They paid Tony Pollard. You can't just let Tajay Spears be the guy there. So,
final bet the house.
um,
Tony Pollard top 10.
my
Book it.
final bet the house is Josh Jacobs will struggle against a stout Minnesota defense. I think he has less than 50 yards rushing this
Ooh,
week.
less than 50. Did he even get
That's
that
my line.
last week and he had a bad game?
Not sure.
I was going to say I'm curious because I need to know. I need to know what he had.
He had 43 yards rushing last week,
Okay.
and he's going up against a much better defense this week. So,
And Emmanuel Wilson actually had a decent amount of carries last week too.
yes, that was actually disturbing. I think he had more carries than Josh Jacobs. He had 15, and Josh Jacobs had 14.
Oof. He did have the 31-yard touchdown reception. Emmanuel Wilson too. So
Yeah.
maybe they work him in more. But
He
yeah,
looks good. I'm not gonna lie. Emmanuel Wilson
yeah.
has looked almost more well-rounded, I would say, than Josh Jacobs. He's not a better pure rusher though. Josh Jacobs just runs with an intensity that
He
you don't get with Emmanuel Wilson.
Yeah, he churns out them yards.
Yeah.
You know, I like me some Josh Jacobs, but yeah, I can see it. That Vikings defense is something serious.
Yeah, it's insane.
But again, you're not benching Josh Jacobs, so it's tough. But you're right. I didn't even notice that a lot of running backs have bad
If
matchups
you
this
could
week.
very well have this option. Are you taking Josh Jacobs or Tony Pollard this week?
This is like it's tough doing these calls with your stars because
Well, because like you could have this option though. Like you could have the option of benching Jacobs for Pollard, for sure.
person. It just goes back to. I mean, this has been the theme of the episode. It's like I'm willing to be wrong with Josh Jacobs.
Dude, you just said Tony Pollard's going to be a top 10 running back this week. So
Yeah, but
I
Josh
feel like
Jacobs
you can't
is
go against Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs is the entirety of that offense right now. While
He's also the running back 24 this year.
who Josh Jacobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he got hurt and then he got a couple stinkers, or he got a stinker last week.
I mean, he had 10 points week 1, 15 points week 2, and 4.8 points last week.
He also hasn't scored a touchdown. So,
yeah.
He's the running back 24 without getting in the end zone one time. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I see it. Book it. Tony Pollard, top 10. Josh Jacobs, under 50.
So you heard it first. You took Tony Pollard there. All right, let's get into this.
All right. So, I like these DFS challenges that we've been doing. I want to do something different today. So, we are going to have a random team. By random team, I mean we're taking the top 36 projected players at each position. So, we're going to go one quarterback, two running back, two receivers, tight end, and a flex. Or no, we do three wide receivers, right? In the DFS thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 wide receivers.
So I have a random number generator that I'm going to pop up here in just a second, as well as the list of the players, the rankings going forward. So We're gonna start a quarterback. Justin, I'll
Yeah.
let you go first. And if we get a tie, we'll just do it again. All right. Ready
But
for?
these numbers are random, right? Like, so if I guess number one, I'm not getting Josh Allen, right?
Well, no, it's a random number generator, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, you would
Oh, okay.
get. So you would get. Let's see who is at
But based
quarterback.
off the number, that's like what number quarterback you're getting on the season.
Right.
Okay. That's not 1 through 36 for the quarterbacks, right?
Um, we can do 32 for the quarterbacks.
Okay.
We won't give you a backup quarterback.
Okay.
All right, so let me switch my screen over here. All right, so we'll start with quarterback. So I'll put it back to 32. You ready?
Yep.
All right, you get 13.
Oh my gosh.
You
Okay.
get the
That could be
quarterback
Jane Daniels.
13. That is. I might let you re-roll because that's Jordan Love, and if he doesn't play,
Oh,
yeah, I'll let you re-roll. I'll let you re-roll.
okay.
Damn, they're
Roll it again.
predicting Jordan Love's gonna play. All right. All right. There you go. You're gonna feel a little better. So number 6, Joe Burrow.
Okay. Okay. I like it.
All right. Write these down for me while I click around.
Yeah, I'm writing them down.
All right. So now, who am I gonna get? Who am I gonna get? All right. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh no. Tyler Huntley,
No. Who is it? Who is it?
Daniel Jones.
I could do worse. It's Kirk Cousins, 21.
That's not terrible.
Oh, I know. That's the upside is still there. 20 was Daniel Jones, and I'm glad I got 21. And then
Oh
22
my
is
gosh.
Deshaun Watson. So I'd rather have Kirk
Yeah,
Cousins.
I mean, against New Orleans is not. I don't know. I think it's that scary. Not bad.
Atlanta's playing New Orleans. They are. Damn it. All right. Well, so I think I might hold that on the quarterback. But all right. So let's move over to running backs. Running backs. Move it back to 36. Right. Let me see. Let me scroll down and see. Yeah. 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 All right. You get. Yes.
Oh my god. They're like Rico Dowdle.
No, it's Rico Dowdle's actually one spot worse. You get DeAndre Swift. 29.
Oh my gosh. I'd much rather have Rico Dowdle.
I know. You got number 29, DeAndre
Okay, against the
Swift.
Rams though, it's not terrible.
We'll see. Jared Verse and Braden Fisk breathing down his neck. Yes, please. All right. Who is my. I'm laughing right here, but I could do well worse. All right. Ready?
Not much. What'd you get, like Bijan or something? You got number
I got number
one.
one, Saquon Barkley.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go. And you can check the tape. I ain't cheating, I swear. Let's
I think I'm
go.
actually going against him in fantasy this week.
Who the
Yeah, I
Eagles
am.
play?
Tampa Bay.
Eh, that's not the best matchup, but Saquon is just everything.
Yeah, he's been the best this year.
All right, bet. All right, RB2 for you.
I need me a superstar now. What I get, like 32.
26.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you could do worse than this too. That's Carson Steele. It's not great.
Okay.
It's not looking good, Bob. It's not looking
After
good.
they just moved up Kareem Hunt as well.
Yeah, one spot before was Ramondre, one spot after, or what before was Jerome Ford, and one spot after was Charbonnet. So, all right, Carson Steele and DeAndre Swift. You're going the 0 RB for this random. All right,
Yeah. Hopefully
all right.
the random generator knows that.
I know, right? All right, RB2 for me. I wish I was so.
Did you get two?
I'm so glad that you can't see these and I get to enjoy the moment of this. I got number 4. That's Alvin Kamara.
Jeez.
Alvin Kamara.
Against, against New Orleans,
No, the Falcons. He's on New Orleans. Dumbass.
that's what I meant. Falcons.
Oh boy. So who do you think is has the upper hand at the running back so far?
I don't know. It's close.
All right. Oh, ready. So now wide receiver. Here's now the luck is going to go on your side.
Yeah. Do me.
I'll do you good. Ready? Eh. I did you great. I did you real good. I did you real nice. I'll say it thrice. You got number 3. Rashi
Okay.
Rice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
There you go. Rashi Rice, number 3.
I'll take that.
All right. And
Against the Chargers. Yeah, I'll take that.
all right. I'll gladly lose this if it means that he takes off from my team this week. All right. Who is my number 1 wide receiver? Okay. I gotta scroll a little bit. Oh, hell yeah. I'll take it. 21. Terry McLaurin.
Ah,
I can do
okay.
worse than that.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, one spot before was Amari Cooper, one spot after is Stephon Diggs. And I might prefer him after all those. All right. Wide receiver 2 for you. Damn.
All right.
Hey,
Give me Justin Jefferson.
we have had a theme for this episode. Everything is falling in line. Number 9.
Okay.
Brandon Ayuk.
Jefferson. Ah, fuck. How's he 9? How is he even 9?
We said you wouldn't be surprised if you can get 175 and 3. That's what they're predicting. You
How
could
is
have
he
had
wide
either
receiver
one
9?
before was Amon Ra, or one after was Deontay Johnson. So they got Deontay Johnson at 10. Zooey mama. All right. And my wide receiver 2. Damn, it keeps ping ponging. This random generator sucks ass. Damn it. See, I was talking shit, and this is what happens. 22, one after McLaurin, Stephon Diggs.
Ah,
Who's Houston play this week? I don't even know.
bro, what? Hold on. Brandon Ayuk is the wide receiver 72.
No, this is projections for the week.
Oh my gosh, you did projections?
Would you rather have gotten some cockwad that scored 15 points on a one-off game, and now he's going to get 0.2 for you this week?
I guess that's true. I don't want, Rashid Shaheed or something like that, but
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is the right way to do it. Promise.
okay.
All right. Well, I guess it's worked out for you so far. I mean, I got McLaurin and Diggs. So, who's your wide receiver 3? Ready? And wait, is that a repeat? That's a repeat. You can't have Terry McLaurin too.
Come on.
No, we're not doing that. Bro. Damn, I should have let you to keep. It did Rushy Rice again. This is stupid. Okay. 16. Guess who it is? I'm gonna let you guess.
You're pretty good. Wide receiver 16 that they're projecting.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I'll give you a hint. He's in between DJ Moore and Mike Evans.
Chris Godwin?
Yeah,
Jaden Reed?
halfway there. Chris Olave.
Okay. I could do worse.
Yeah, against Atlanta. All right, and my final wide receiver, bro. Oh,
So I did have. So we're doing this next week. We'll take 2 weeks off of doing the DFS. When you brought this idea up to me,
Oh, also,
I thought you were going to like have a pool of players that we could. Never mind. I'll have to think for that. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, but the loser of this, which I meant to say before, I have it written down. The loser, when we do our actual DFS challenge coming up, where we pick our players, gets 10,000 less on their budget. The loser gets 10,000 less on their budget. All right.
Okay.
All right. So now that I said that, I got the wide receiver 35. Okay, I can do worse than that. It's Calvin Ridley. It's Calvin Ridley. And in between JSN and Christian Kirk,
you at least got guys that like
are involved.
They could be
right.
They could go off. They could be the wide receiver.
Which personally, I think Tennessee's going to beat Miami, so maybe Calvin Ridley lucks into a bomb from Will Levis again. I don't know. We'll see. All right, tight end. I'm going to do 12. Top 12 for the tight ends.
Yeah, okay.
All right. 1 through 12. Who do you got? Wow, these projections are crazy. All right. Ready? Fuck you, bro. You got two.
Bowers?
Brock Bowers.
Let's go. Bowers. I've had him every week, baby.
Ugh. All right. This put me out of my misery. I'm going to get freaking 11. Oh, I got 5. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. Dalton Kincaid. Come on,
That's
baby.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That's probably the best option, to be honest with
I,
you.
they had Dallas Goddard as number 1, Brock Bowers, then Jake Ferguson, then Travis Kelsey, then Kincaid, Pitts, Komet, likely Andrews, Laporta, Ertz, and Gesicki. So I could have had Mike Gesicki if I got 12.
That
So
was sucked.
I will take Kincaid. All right. I'm going to give you the choice for your flex, wide receiver or running back. Or actually, you know what? No, we'll do that. I'll give you the choice.
It's top 36 on both.
Yep. Or here.
I'll go wide receiver.
Do you want to take 2 numbers? No, because I was gonna say I do it twice, and you subtract the 2 numbers, and you have to pick one, wide receiver or running back, just for like more variability. Yeah, but if it's oh, this is gonna be tough. All right, so we'll do that. So I'll do it first. So 36. Okay. Oh, and whatever the bigger number is, you're just gonna subtract the smaller number.
Right.
All right. Well, it sucks for you because you got 7 as the first number.
Okay.
For this one, you want 2 big numbers.
Well, I could get 5.
You could, but you could also get 27.
Okay, so 20.
Yeah,
That's
you got
not
some
terrible.
20. All right, running back or receiver?
You're not going to tell me?
Nope. Or, I don't know, maybe I should. What do you think?
No, I guess it's more fun this way.
Yeah, it's supposed to be random. I know you didn't see it. I did say what the wide receiver 20.
I'll go wide receiver.
No, I did say what the wide receiver 20 was.
Okay.
It's Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I'll take that.
All right.
Because running back 20 that's sturdy.
No, for sure. So hopefully I get the opposite. So, all right, I got 18 and 30. So what is that? 12? 100% going running back 12. Right?
I don't know, man. It's also tough because we said earlier, a lot of running backs have really tough matchups.
Yeah. You know what?
A wide receiver 12 may be the one for their team.
Yeah. I don't remember what the wide receiver 12 was. All right. Well, I'll keep it even. I'll do wide receiver as well. Okay. It's Chris Godwin.
Yeah.
Who would have been? I'll let you know the running back 22.
Okay.
I could have had James Conner.
I would have liked that floor.
Yeah. And you would have had Tony Pollard. Or no, sorry. No, I like Josh Jacobs. You would have had Josh Jacobs. So I guess that's a win for you. Amari Cooper over Josh Jacobs if he thinks he's going to have 50 or less yards this week.
Yeah.
It's tough saying it, coming back on it.
Yeah.
I know.
It's tough, like, looking at Amari Cooper versus Josh Jacobs and taking Cooper, but...
It's tough taking Chris Godwin over James Conner.
Damn. Josh Jacobs is projected as the 20th? That's insane.
Yeah, well, this is non-PPR rankings, so...
Yeah. All right, so defense.
Oh, kicker first. We'll do 32. Top 32 kickers. All right, you get 19. Blake Group. Who's New Orleans?
Who the fuck is Blake Group?
Apparently he's New Orleans kicker.
What the hell?
I was gonna say what happened to Lutz, but he's on the Broncos. There's no way they had Group last year, and if you did, I apologize to Mr. Group for the disrespect.
I don't.
All right, who do I get?
Who the hell is that?
My kicker. Oh, are you serious? This makes no sense.
32?
Yeah, I got Dicker the kicker. Hey, Cameron Dicker.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Well, I mean, kickers are just variable as hell.
He's literally the best kicker last year.
Well, I think Daniel Carlson has something to say about that.
Statistically.
DST. DST. All right. So 1 through 32
That's
again.
1 through 32.
Ooh,
Yeah.
this one is a make or break right here. If you
This one, it doesn't even matter what number. It's more so
the
like,
matchup. All right.
yeah.
So you get oh fuck. 28, which is the the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh no.
Oh no, they just
Oh
that they
God.
gotta have like -8 points from last week. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right,
Who are
watch
they
out.
playing? Houston. God.
All right, it could be worse for me, and it's not worse. How are they ranked that high? I got
Ha.
16, and I got the Rams. I don't. The Rams are just decimated. All right, I got the
Who
Rams.
who are
Lock
they
me in for the
playing?
Rams. We just mentioned it. Damn it! Why can't I think of who they're playing right now?
They're playing Chicago.
Oh, actually, I will take that. That's
Yeah, at
fine.
least you'll probably get the turnovers.
Turnovers, sacks, their O line. All right, all right, all right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
All right, Justin. Well, that wraps us up. Rate off our teams.
All right. At least, yeah, I have Joe Burrow, DeAndre Swift, Carson Steele, Rashi Rice, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, Brock Bowers, Amari Cooper, Jags defense, and Kevin Group or whatever the fuck his name is.
Brian. I think it's Brian.
That's even worse. All right.
Blake Group.
Okay. Sounds like a fucking player. Kyle has Kirk Cousins, Saquon Barkley, Alvin Kamara, Terry McLaurin, Stephon Diggs, Calvin Ridley, Dalton Kincaid, Chris Godwin in his flex, and then he has the Rams defense and Cameron Dicker, the kicker.
Yeah, bro. This is gonna be
I think it's pretty
tight.
evenly matched. I think my wide receivers definitely outproduce yours, and
There's
your
no
running
shot
backs.
my running backs don't
Your running
outproduce yours.
your running backs outproduce mine by a ton, but also I have the quarterback.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty even.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I like this. We'll see. And like I said, when we pick our teams, the loser of this for the following week, because obviously it has to
Yeah.
come to fruition, will get 10,000 less on theirs.
So, okay, my idea that I had, what I thought you were saying was we would pick exactly, pretty much do what you're doing, except draft order. So you do random generator, 2 quarterbacks, and then you and me have to like snake draft the team that way. Like basically, you create the pool of players with the random generator, and then you and me snake draft the players that it picked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I can make a graphic and I can send that to you so
Yeah.
you can take a look at it and cross them off or whatever. Okay,
I think that'd be fun too. We could try it.
I'm gonna write that down. Snake draft DFS lineup. All right, cool. Well, that's it. We're kicking it off. We had a little bit longer. We're at an hour 13 right now. But
Yeah.
we may not have a show tomorrow before
Nope.
the Thursday night
Probably
game.
not. I'm probably evacuating in the morning, and the rain's already started here. So
The rain has not started here, which is bad because you just have
that's
an
weird.
evening storm.
That's
No,
weird.
no.
Because you're more south than I am. So
Well, because the storm is nowhere near you. We still got another like 8 hours before it comes to us. So, but all right.
well,
That's
I'll let
it.
you know if I survive. You may
If-
need a new.
If you just see one cam
Co-host.
on this, you know that Justin's home
Kyle
computer, everything's
signs
slipped away.
on is just.
This was
Look at the time.
this was the last call. Welcome to the show. All right. We're getting out of here. This is the last call for fantasy football. Follow us at Last Call Fantasy Football, Instagram, youtube.com/Last Call Fantasy Football. And yeah, ready for another week. Subscribe, like the
Do
video,
it, bitch.
ding dong that biggity bell, and we'll see y'all hopefully sooner than later. But as
Timmy,
always,
you better subscribe. I don't know if you are
yeah,
subscribed.
Timmy,
You
this
should.
is your test. If you watch this
Timmy,
whole episode,
Post this on your Instagram too. What the fuck?
yeah, ho. Till we catch it
You're
straight.
gonna watch everything and comment on the last video, but you're not gonna tell other people to subscribe.
Fake.
Dude, you have a kid, you've got a mother, a brother, a sister, a wife. They all should subscribe too.
Why are we sitting at 39, huh, Timmy?
Why?
Why?
Are we
Your
actually?
fault. Oh, I don't know.
I think we're at like 20.
We're just doing this for the love of the game. But we're out of here. Don't miss the last call for fantasy football. Deuce.